Oh my God, folks, this is going to be the best garlic marketing show in a while because we're going to talk about AI, about customer stories, about SaaS growth, about no code, about teaching your kids AI, all with Aytekin Tank, the founder of Jotform. Aytekin, thank you so much for being on. Say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, we're going to talk about their new AI chatbot, why it's more important, and they're moving towards it instead of forms. Their amazing market experiment that they use with Google AI to rapidly test 2,000 different ideas. How they're deciding on verticals, why they and I love this. Why they actually sit down and watch interviews instead of just reading them of their customer stories, as well as, like I said, all about their kids, all this on this garlic marketing show. But of course, if you want to get all this information, as well as our video case story YouTube planner, which will help you to create amazing YouTube content that will convert you into the trusted advisor, just click on the link below. We'll send you all of that and more. All right, let's get started.
Is Gino Wickman. I was introduced to Ian, and that's what brought me into this video world and got me embracing this video world. And Ian did exactly what I hoped. He got me really comfortable with putting videos out to the world and having a great strategy around putting videos out to the world, because there's so much more than just shooting a video. And so the way that he positions those videos, optimizes those videos, he's done a great job.
All right. I love Jotform. So we've got two other episodes with Jotform. Actually, the first one was 7 years ago, which is crazy to think. I've been doing this for 7 years. One of my first guests. But so you can learn all about Jotform. It's an amazing company. They've got an AI chatbot feature coming out in very soon. We'll talk about that, but definitely go to jotform.com, check it out. Aytekin also is the author of an amazing book. We'll talk a little bit about that. And I just read your Forbes article on improving your life with ChatGPT. I was like, it's so cool. We'll put a link to that in the show notes because it's something I've been trying to do. So it's like all this stuff. I'm super excited. But first of all, there's a lot of episodes out there about you, how you built Jotform, and we'll talk about case stories. But now, and your book's on no code, which is a great subject. But if you were starting over right now, and you're like, you've got this AI chatbot thing, so you're kind of starting, but it's still, you've got a platform. But if you were starting from scratch right now, what would you do with your SaaS?
I'm actually doing exactly what I would do right now. So, like when I had my third child, that was like 2 years ago. I took a break from business, and during that time, I actually looked at like how I was spending my time. Like that was a great way to look back, and I wasn't happy with the way I spent my time when I was at work. Like I was like doing all these meetings. I was doing everything, right? I was going from this meeting to that meeting, and I really didn't enjoy it much. And and I thought that like I missed something, and that was actually working on the product, like working on something like dedicated, in a way that I can actually make a bigger contribution to Jotform, as opposed to like being this like administrator, like overqualified administrator. And there's this recent like founder mode articles, and I really believe in that. Like I think that's a great article by Paul Graham, and I think it's about like as a founder, like my title is founder and CEO, and as a founder, like I have a responsibility to kind of become the founder of future Jotform, like future
Mhm.
of our product, future of our culture, future of our team. And if I instead of working on that, if I'm just being a CEO and I'm just like doing everything else, I'm just getting distracted. So like when I was away, took a long break, and during that time like I spent time with the baby, but I also like I was thinking about like what should I do, and the AI was like this big thing at that time, and like I was thinking like how can I use AI. So like what would I do if I was just starting from zero, like what product would I build. And in the beginning I had some other ideas, but I knew that it was going to be about AI. So when I went back to work, like we already had these like 3 AI engineers because we have been doing AI for a long time for like catching all these phishers, spammers. Jotform has a lot of users, and bad guys are also using Jotform. So we have a team that is actually kind of fighting with them using AI. But like I gathered them and I said, okay, here we are going to use AI to kind of replace our own, like disturb our own business. Like, can we like redo forms with AI? Like, can we replace forms with AI? So we weren't able to figure out at the beginning. Like, it took us a while, but uh, that actually started that journey. Like, and that's been what we've been working during the like last 1.5 years. And then that team of 3 actually became a team of 120 people. So
Wow.
now 20 teams at Jotform, like in total, about 120 people are actually working on this product. And it's a really exciting product. And we have beta users that like existing Jotform users are also using that. And basically, the idea is that um, imagine a future where every organization, every business, even every person has this AI agent that can actually represent them. That can actually, do things for them. Like basically, like instead of like answering questions from customers, like doing pre-sales questions, doing sales, doing customer support, even like with the existing customers, if you need to like answer their questions, it doesn't have to be like customer support. It could be like about other products, about all these different things, like organizing appointments, things like that, right? What if you had everybody actually had their own agents? We know people need this because we know, like, 25 million people actually use Jotform. So we know that people actually need, like, people are doing like so many things with forms, but forms are not great. Like, forms
Mhm.
are kind of boring, and they are kind of like, they cannot answer your questions. They cannot do many things for you. What they are great is like, they help you streamline your business, your like, whatever you are doing. Like, forms kind of help you like turn those workflows into like more, into more formal, streamlined, flows. So what if we could actually do that? What if we had an AI agent with this chatbot? It could be chatbot. It could be like you could talk on the phone. It could, you like, you could text it, email it, or like, WhatsApp it, whatever platform you prefer. You could talk to it, and if you need to set up an appointment, if you need to like fill out a form, you could just do that in a conversational way. You could ask questions, you could get answers, and just handles everything for you. If you think about that, like, this just saves that could save so much time. And what we found was like, people actually really like talking to the AI. And during the beta testing, and with the beta users, we get the permission to be able to improve our agents. We are actually watching all these conversations happening. So like, we have all these like 5 dedicated people. All they do is like watching all these conversations, and then finding bugs, improving the conversations, finding the like improving the AI. And what we are finding is, actually, people love talking to AI, and people are used to it because people have been talking to ChatGPT, and they now kind of understand how to talk to AI.
Mhm.
And they're actually like, they some people actually find it easier to talk to AI because, like, with the real person, you're kind of afraid to like hurt their feelings. You don't want to ask like the same question the 5th time if the other person doesn't understand you, or like, you don't want to bother them too much, right? With the AI, it's just, there's like, you understand that you're actually, it's like using software. You understand that you're not talking to a real human being. You can like just ask it in different ways. You can find out, you can discover new things. Like, just, it's just much more free to explore.
Mhm.
So yeah, so we have been doing this beta testing, and we are going to release this product in February, and I'm really excited about it.
I love that about AI, and I think it's an interesting thing. And I want to talk to especially about interviewing your customers, because you spend a lot of time interviewing your customers, but AI acts like it's kind of, I was using this term, it's kind of like a confessional, right? Where people feel open to talk to it and say anything to it, which I think is interesting. You must be seeing some really interesting data come through there.
Yeah, I mean, what we are seeing is that like people are more open to ask questions and ask more questions. It's like ChatGPT, right? If you were like, you would be like, if you are like talking to a real person, you can, especially for our guys, like men are less likely to ask more questions, right? Like women
Yeah.
are more likely to ask more questions. Men are less. Not to be sexist or anything, but basically, different people have different preferences. But with AI, even I feel like just I can just go talk to ChatGPT, especially on like on voice mode. It's just much easier. Just I don't have to get tired typing stuff. But I feel like I can just have this like kind of like have a conversation, ask something, dig deeper, ask more questions. And with human, you understand that at some point you okay, they have a limited knowledge, like they are getting stuck at some point, like because they don't know much, right? But with the AI, AI actually knows like so much. And
Yeah.
with our users, like they are actually like they're uploading all these their knowledge base. They are giving us their websites, and then like the AI agent is actually browsing, crawling the website, and learning everything about their business. So it knows so much. So it's actually you can dig deeper, and you can ask more questions. So people are like more likely to spend more time trying to figure things out, and just and we also gave these tools to the AI. So basically, like if you want to say, okay, I want to left a message for a human, or if I want to if you want to fill out a form, if you want to set up an appointment, if you want to like do different things, like we have all these additional tools that actually like we are kind of enriching those things, like allowing API and allowing integrations with other products as well, to be able to like if you want to integrate it with HubSpot so that you can get like customer data, things like that. Just so the idea is that you're able to like the AI is not just answering questions; it's actually able to do things as well, and you can actually find out like what things you can do. And so I think it's a great feature. It's a great feature where we are going to be able to do much more, and we are gonna like we are not just gonna like people are now used to just calling a phone number, like waiting for 45 minutes just to get like this person telling them like they can't do anything about it. And with the AI, like you can have a question about something at 3 a.m. in at night, and just you can talk to the AI and get your answer because it's available 24/7, and it doesn't get tired. It's just it's available all the time. Yeah.
Um, and now as you're rolling this out, okay, and you've got a platform, you've got Jotform, and so you've got millions of customers. But if you didn't have those millions of customers, like if you were starting all over with this, what would be how would you get it in front of people and get the right users, and avoid those, now that you know that there's bad users out there, avoid those bad users, and get those evangelists and get those amazing stories.
So this is very similar to Jotform, where we have this very horizontal product. Like every industry, every job title actually uses forms. Like just it's like ultimate horizontal product, just like email or like spreadsheets or like
Yep.
Word. So everybody needs forms, right? I think the AI agents are very similar. Everybody needs them. So one of the
Yep.
ways that you can actually do that is one of the things that we are actually working on is called similar to how we have all these like 10, or 10,000 form templates. Um, we are kind of creating these agent templates where you can actually see what you can do with the agent. Like we have a school administrator agent or event registration agent, and then these agents can actually, like, you can demo them, you can actually, so we have created, like, we kind of took our form templates and we used AI. We also used some human in the loop, but we turned them into AI agents. So we created this over 1,000 AI agent templates. And
Mm.
Google actually has these new features. I don't even know the name of the feature, but maybe you know it better. But our ad team actually knows it. But basically, you can actually give it like a director. Like, you can just say /star, and then give a directory to it, and it will decide. Okay, it will find all the pages under it. Like, it found actually 2,000 agent templates, and then it took those 2,000 agent templates, and for each one it actually created its ads, and it actually found the audience and created the ad and everything. It's just Google, and Google AI actually handles everything. So
Wow.
basically what it did was, like, just it just did the experiment itself. Like, all we did was gave it to the director. Okay, this is the directory, and you have $3,000 budget. Do find out what happens. And it turned out that out of that experiment, like, we had, like, over 60 really active users that actually had, like, conversations. So I can't remember the exact sign up numbers, but we actually had very high number of sign ups. But I remember that, like, 60 of those people were actually, like, so it cost us like $50 per active user to be able to do that. And but what's great about it is not the cost. Actually, even the cost is actually pretty good. But what was really exciting here was it actually did all these, like, 2,000 experiments for us, and
Wow.
it decided which one works, and then it actually like, discovered, like, which templates work for us. So basically, it like, discovered all these different ways where we can actually get people to use AI agents. Like, one of the examples was, like, this event itinerary AI agent, right? This AI agent was a, like, we actually generated from this event itinerary planner form, and basically we used, like, AI to create the agent. But this AI itinerary planner, some, like, a few I don't know, travel agents or like something like that, they came and they found it, and they started using it, and they received, like, thousands of AI conversations, like, just
Wow.
they found it really, like, so we now know that like, itinerary planning is a really good way of, because they actually turn into these active users. We actually know that this is a really good use case, because they receive success, because many people actually try AI agents, but they don't receive success, because for some reason it doesn't work for them. I was watching this user interview with a lawyer. Like, he was really happy that AI can answer the questions, because, like, he didn't want to answer all these simple questions. Like, just the clients were taking, like, so much of their, especially before they actually purchase the services. But he was kind of concerned about giving wrong answers, so it wasn't a great use case for him. Uh, but for the itinerary planning example, like, they already have their website, they already have their documents, PDFs. They were able to upload all these information, and the AI was able to really understand the knowledge and really give good answers, and they were really satisfied. And then that actually they became a really high usage active user. So this way, we are actually discovering all these different verticals where the AI agents could be successful. Now we can actually invest more on those verticals. Maybe we don't want to make all these, like, I think SEO could be really great here, but we don't want to make, like, 2,000 like, pages, because Google may not like AI generated pages. But what we could do is, like, we could actually discover really useful AI agent templates, and, like, we could have the directory no index, but we could just make specific ones. Like, we could have the humans review them, improve them, and then we can make them indexed, and also use the power of search engines, organic traffic, to get traffic as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a really cool way to test and know and use. And now, with you use case stories and client stories to grow Jotform and to improve Jotform. Um, how what's your plan now to use customer stories here with AI? Are you going to use AI to collect the stories, or are you going to still, because you guys you send humans out to get the stories as well as you talk to people? Are you going to start using AI instead to collect the stories?
I think that's a great way because like what we did was recently we started putting these AI agents on the web pages. So basically, you can just put them like a small avatar at the bottom, like right bottom corner of the website, just like another chatbot. And what happens is that we see a lot of people are actually, because it's an AI, they are talking to it more likely because if it's a precious salesperson, you don't want to talk to it. But if it's an AI, it's actually people actually feel more comfortable talking to it because they know that they don't have to hurt you don't want to say you don't want a bad taste to a salesperson. Like you don't want to come across as like hurt their feelings or anything. But with an AI agent, yeah, you can just be whatever you want. And when we put these AI agents and the AI agents actually says, okay, hey, I am AI, any questions? We found that people are actually like asking like so many questions. And then if you have a web page where you have that AI agent at the bottom, people are just typing their questions, typing their intentions. That's a great way to discover like what they are, what kind of problems they have, what they are looking for, and it's a great way to do user research and mass as opposed to like we also do this like individual like user research like just talking to them over Zoom. What we do is like we'll decide, okay, let's go ahead and let's talk to this AI agent customers. Okay, we are so we select a bunch of them, maybe 100, and we send 100 emails, and we say like, hey, can you give us like 45 minutes of your time, and we want to offer you this Amazon gift card certificate as well. And so they are actually this actually has like a really high conversion rate, like almost like 30% conversion rate.
Wow.
And many people actually don't want the gift card. Like they say like, I'm so happy that you're actually getting my feedback, getting my talking to me, learning from me. It's just I don't even want the gift card. Like just they are so happy about it because it's just some of the time like they are really high users of Jotform, and they have things that they want to tell to us, and it's a great opportunity for them to tell as well. So this is a great way to get there, like doing those user interviews, talking to them, getting their like how they use it, like just like I think this is really good because you can ask all these like additional questions. Like when you're interviewing people, you can ask them like, so how did you hear about us? Like like, or how do you use this feature? Why don't you use this feature? Things like that. And if you are going to use it for other things in your company, what other things you do with the data you get from Jotform, for example. So all those things actually give us so much information, and we learn from that. And like I make a point of like just like really watching those user interviews
Hmm.
because I learned so much from them. Like sometimes we'll just have a meeting and we'll just sit together and watch a user interview. It may feel like a waste of time, like getting like five people together to just watch it, but it's actually better to watch them together because what we are doing is like we will pause it and we will have this like 10-minute discussion about like the specific problem the user has, and then we'll continue later. So I think it's a great way to learn from users. Another way we get user interviews is like more public one. Basically, our marketing team, they are going to travel all around the world and in the US, and they will go to our customers and they will shoot their stories on their locations. And Jotform is used by a lot of small businesses, and like different kinds of businesses like gyms or like tattoo artists or just really cool people, and just like making their videos is like just so cool, and just it makes me so proud to see those videos and seeing them how they use our product.
I love that. Yeah, no, it's and that's something I preach about so much is like take how important it is to take the time to really listen to your customers, not just to get a testimonial, but listen to them. And I love that you do it in a group. That's really interesting because it's really is it's the best way, right, to improve your product, improve your service is to just really listen to them, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, it's just like you cannot get that from the data. The
Yep.
data doesn't give you all those like sometimes like we will hear like one sentence in an interview, and it's gonna get stuck with us. Like, why they don't trust the AI agent, right? If they don't trust the AI agent, why they don't trust it? Because it made this mistake. I saw it making this mistake, or because of this reason. So all those things are actually are opportunity for us to improve it. Like you usually don't get like so much details because on surveys, because even on surveys, like people like you cannot go deep, like you cannot ask like
Mhm.
additional questions. Like
Yeah.
with a conversational interview, you can actually keep doing that. So the question is, can we actually do those conversational interviews with AI agents? I'm sure we can do it. Like we haven't actually invested too much into that yet, but I'm sure that's a real possibility, and that's something AI agents should be able to do.
Yeah, no, it's amazing the future of AI and what we can do, and building the company and you're using AI too in your daily life, right? A lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like my kids actually use it more than I.
Oh, really?
So every night, like we will usually like so I have like kids 10 and 7.
Hmm.
I also have 2 year old,
Wow.
but she doesn't have homework yet. So every night, like we will they do their homeworks, but I sit with them and like I just do my work at computer, and they sit next to me, and then like just we 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 sit together, and they do their homeworks, and they do whatever they are doing, and they're just spending so much time with talking to, especially with the voice mode, like just it's just so easy for them to like research something. I remember like when I was a kid, I didn't have a computer.
Yeah.
Like the only way I could get information about something would be like ask someone, or like find an encyclopedia, like go to a library and find a book or something, right? So, and maybe a decade or two later, the kids they could just go to internet and ask their questions to Google. But today, kids actually they can just ask anything to AI and they get answers. And I remember like 2 years ago when I asked ChatGPT questions, I would get like lots of hallucinations. But today, I don't remember the last time I got an hallucination from ChatGPT. It's getting
Really
better and better every day. It's getting so much
interesting.
better.
And
And
yeah,
yeah, my kids are also getting like so much great answers from the. They're asking less questions to me, so that's they should bother me maybe, but like I mean, right? They get their answers from ChatGPT, and actually it gives much better answers. To be true, to be honest, yeah,
that's
yeah,
amazing. That's
yeah.
amazing. And yeah, where do you? I mean, I haven't even thought about that, but we've used ChatGPT with my son. I have a 10-year-old too. But it really is the future of it, and then getting to use it is amazing. What other ways are you using it in your personal life?
As a part of my business, I'm actually using it all the time. So if I'm writing something, like I started recently using Canvas, by ChatGPT, also OpenAI. If you go to like ChatGPT, they now have this tool icon they just added like 2 days ago. If you click on it, you can find Canvas. But basically, if you have a writing, if you let's say I wrote an email, I'll just copy it there. And I'm actually be able to do that with Gemini as well. Like just on my Gmail, I have Gemini, uh, and like just it also gives me answers. But I found that I can work better with Canvas. And with Canvas, like just you can actually it can improve the answer, but it can also like it can you can talk to it like that conversational like there's a chat on the left side, and you see the writing on the right side, and then you can actually edit yourself, or you can ask ChatGPT to write something for you. So it's a great way to improve writing. I think many people use it, but this Canvas actually allows you to like instead of like copying and pasting all the time, just have a single place where you can actually work on your writing. If I'm writing something, I will just like, and I publish a lot, like on Forbes, Entrepreneur,
Yeah.
um, Fast Company, like just lots of guest posts, and just being able to use that to be able to get help from AI is really useful. Um, so what other ways? I think it's just I use it a lot to kind of do brainstorming. I will
Hmm.
just like I have an idea. I will just in those cases, actually voice is better. Like just I will just open
Yeah.
the ChatGPT app and start talking to it. Tell tell the what idea I have and ask for feedback, and like just I ask it to create a story for me. Like just um like and it does a really good job creating all these stories, and I learn from these stories as well. I use the Notebook LM a lot, especially if I'm like, let's say I'm actually trying to learn something, right? Just maybe I have like a PDF file or like an article. I will just put it on Notebook LM, and it will create this podcast. And when I'm driving, basically I will just run this podcast and just even with my own writing, right? I'm actually working on my second book. It's halfway, and it's probably going to come out in 2026. And so basically, I will just give my writing to it, and then I will ask it to turn into a podcast, and I will listen to my own like stories, and then it will actually tell it in a much better way, and then I will get ideas. Oh, I should tell the story this way. It's much more cooler,
Yeah.
or like it thinks of like a different angle that I didn't think about. So it just helps me be more creative. I think it's a great way. It's basically a collaborator. I think AI is a great collaborator. I think all these examples are how we collaborate with AI to kind of be this like a buddy,
Uh-huh.
uh, like uh, like a buddy that you could just talk to whatever you are interested in, and I think that's a great way to get help collaborate with AI.
And I'm assuming you're using it to discuss the growth of your new AI chatbots too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely, just to get ideas. And the way I use that is I will usually prompt it to write me a story. Write me a story about a small business. Write me a story
Love
about
that.
like a healthcare business, healthcare organization, nonprofit organization, education, like how a school, administrator could use an AI agent. So when you do that, it's actually it already knows so much about those in the industries. It knows more than I know, and and because it turns into a story, it's just much more fun to actually learn from it. Like just it doesn't get boring. The story, and then you can just say, make it a short story or make it a long story, and and then I also use the 11 reader. I think it's called Reader by 11 app on mobile. So basically, if I create like if I create this large story or multiple stories, I will just upload them to 11 Reader, and just because it can actually read content in a really nice way, as opposed to this computer voice, similar to the podcast Notebook LM voices. 11 Reader can actually like create all these great sounding. It can read it. So what I will do is like when I'm driving, I'm actually like listening to those stories created by AI about an idea ahead. So basically, my
Oh
prompt
man.
is like, write me a story about, these three types of, organizations that might actually use AI agents, and then it will write it, and then I will copy that to 11 reader, and then it will create me like this 15 minutes or like half an hour audio file, which I can just listen to it while I'm driving.
That's amazing. That's brilliant. It is. It's. I didn't think of that, the story piece, but how? Because I love that you break stuff down to stories, because that's the best. And you say it's not the data, it's about the stories, and thinking that way, it's brilliant. It is brilliant, and because it helps you absorb it better, doesn't it?
That actually, I discovered that kind of while listening to that Notebook LM podcast. Like it turned into this very boring PDF file that is turns into fun because it's like there's this conversation and they're discussing it, and they're kind of turning into stories sometimes, and that's how I came up with the idea of like just ask it to tell a story, because stories are like, I think human brain understands stories much more easily and remembers it as well. Like just it's
Yeah.
easier to remember stories.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, it's just like this boring list of things that, and it's hard to read them and it's hard to absorb them. But stories are easier to absorb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I tell people, like, case study. No, what's the last case study you remember, right? But you remember the stories.
exactly. Yeah, that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
You
No,
do case
it's
stories. Yeah,
yeah, case
yeah.
stories. I mean, it's that's amazing. This has been fantastic. So, we'll put a link to your book, a link to Jotform, and I tell him, where's the best place to follow you?
So I have a personal website, aytekintank.com, my first name, last name.com. If you go there, there's actually Aytekin AI. It's made with our own agents. You can talk to it, and like if you want to contact, leave me a note or something, you could use that. I also have the first chapter of my book freely available. You can read the first chapter if you like it. It's available on bookstores. But yeah, I also have a contact form, but you can use the AI agent to contact me. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Well, Tekken, thank you so much for being on the Garlic Marketing Show. This has been absolutely amazing. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ian. It was a fun for me as well.
It's great. And yeah, thank you all for making Tekken and I part of your story. And make sure to take advantage of everything he said. And if you want the show notes for this, just click on the link below. We'll get you the show notes and a summary and a to-do list, because there's amazing things you can do here. And of course, check out jotform.com and go like check out all their amazing stories, but make sure to sign up for that AI bot. And thank you all again. And this has been On Garlic and the Garlic Marketing Show.